Hello everyone, and welcome to our live session from TCL Global UAE office. I thank everyone for joining the session today. My name is Pooja Tapadia, and I work in TCL Global as a Business Development Manager. I am requesting all of you to stay with us. Today, we will be discussing the university application guidance, courses, tuition fees, scholarship offers, along with IELTS options and many more that will help you to study in Brunel University in the United Kingdom. For this reason, we have Mr. Ghaith, the International Recruitment Manager from Brunel University, who will be joining us today as our guest, and we will be sharing the opportunities with all the international students to study in the university. You may also ask your questions in reference to your study prospect at the university, and we will try to answer them. We already have joined the session. Please drop any questions you have in the comment box and don't forget to share our video to help others. Before welcoming our guest, I want to share a short introduction of TCL Global Limited. It's a dynamic and passionate education consultancy firm. At TCL Global, our highly experienced counselors help the students from all around the world to help their achieve their destination, their dream universities in countries like US, UK, Canada, and Australia. TCL Global is partnered with more than 500 universities around the globe. With our high professional links, you can get access to the top universities, getting the most advanced opportunities. We have been continuing our free consultation for more than 10 years. You will be glad to know that we have 19 offices across 13 countries that enable us to enhance our global offering to students and educational institutions. Our goal is to provide you with an international platform for your educational career ahead, with all sorts of solutions for those who want to study in global universities around the globe. So now, let us watch a video first, which will give you more information about Brunel University. Thank you. So help me welcome our guest, Mr. Ghaith from the university, who will be sharing the information with us today. We welcome you, Mr. Ghaith, on our TCL Global platform. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you so much for having me, Pooja. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks. Thank you for having me on the Facebook live stream. It's much appreciated. And yeah, so as Pooja mentioned, I'm the International Recruitment Manager for the Middle East and North Africa at Brunel University, London. My name is 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐻ouiki. I've been at Brunel now for a few years, and we've worked very closely with TCL over the last few years, particularly for myself anyway, in the Middle Eastern countries. And I wanted to take this opportunity, firstly, to thank you for joining us, and secondly, just to give you a brief about Brunel, and then a potential opportunity that I will be in the region next week. And I'll be visiting the TCL Global branch in Dubai, and it's an open invitation to all who would like to, any offer holders, any students who are still thinking of making applications to come and visit us on the day, and I'll share the details later on the address. So Brunel University, London, who are we, what are we? So we are a university based in West London. We have a single campus institution. We're the only one of its kind in London. We offer accommodation options to all our international students, and accommodation is actually guaranteed for the duration of your studies. So at Brunel, we offer a variety of different courses. We have pretty much everything. So when it comes to undergrad programs, masters and PhD, in fields such as medicine, engineering, computer science, political sciences, physiotherapy, occupational, the list goes on really. So whatever you are thinking of studying, we will have a course for you. at the university. Aside from the, like I mentioned, undergrad, postgrad, and PhD, we also have the entry routes as well. So we do offer foundation courses and we do offer English courses at Brunel. We have a very, very large international community at Brunel. So over the last year, we had students joining from over 120 different countries worldwide. International students make up approximately 30% of our total cohort or total pool of students. So we are a very, very international, very diverse university. So, and we were actually ranked 7th last year for International Outlook. So again, it's just a testament to how diverse the university is. In terms of ranking, we're ranked in the top 300 universities worldwide. This is according to QS. And as I mentioned earlier, the programs that we have, all of them are accredited and fully recognized worldwide. So they have their accreditations in place. Another unique thing about Brunel is the fact that we offer work placements on every single one of our undergraduate programs and many of our postgraduate programs as well. So if you are interested in studying and working as part of your course, we do offer integrated work placements, like I said, on every single one of our undergraduate courses and many of our postgraduate courses. So again, if that's of interest, then perhaps Brunel is a good fit for you. And in terms of location, if you have or haven't been to the UK, I'm sure you've all heard of Heathrow Airport. So we're about 10 minutes away from Heathrow Airport and about 30 minutes away from central London. So many of our students, like I said, they live on campus. We have on-campus accommodation. Others live outside if they want to, and then perhaps others even live in central London if they wish to. So there are many options available to students. Whatever you do decide, we will support you in your decision, and we'll give you the kind of options that you have available to you. As I mentioned, I will be in the UAE next month. Sorry, next month is actually next week. So I'll be in the TCL office on Thursday, the 7th of July, between 10 and 11 a.m. And I'm sure Pooja will share the details and the address itself. So I look forward to meeting anyone who can come at the TCL office, offer holders perhaps, or students maybe who haven't applied yet or are considering Brunel as an option. Again, you're more than welcome to come down. We do invite you to come down to their office in Dubai and have a chat, and I can answer any questions you have there.
Thank you so much, Kate, for this lovely introduction of TCL Global. So as everyone heard that, yes, Brunel University, University of London is coming to our office on 7th of July, 10 a.m. Dubai time. So anyone who wants to know about the university is welcome to come into our office. The address is mentioned on the link. You can also reach out to us on our phone number and our email address. Let us know your query and feel free to come and meet the university. In the meantime, Kate, is there any other information like you would like to share about the university with the students, which will help them to choose Brunel? Because from my personal experience, I've dealt with the university. I have students studying in the university, and the university is amazing in every possible way. So I really hope to meet all the students. I really hope that you get to meet the students from UAE and meet them in person and help them with their career options and guide them.
For sure. Sounds great, Pooja. Just maybe one other thing to mention. So we do have very generous, as I mentioned, so the courses, the diversity of courses that we offer, the diversity of students, and we also have very generous scholarship offerings as well at Brunel. So if there are students who are potentially looking into a scholarship, most of our scholarships are based on academic excellence, so dependent on how good the student is academically. We do have very generous scholarship offerings as well. So if there are any students who are interested and potentially looking at securing a scholarship, again, we can look into this. We can have a look and see what we can offer your students too. And again, just on TCL, so TCL has successfully placed many students at Brunel over the last few years, and I'm confident many across the UK as well. So as I mentioned, we've been working with TCL very closely over the last few years, and we hope to continue to do that and help to continue to support students looking to join from all around the world.
Sure. So, I have few questions now that we have you here. I have few questions for you, which will help our students. We would like to, is it possible for you if you can focus a little bit on the entry requirement of the university so that, when our students come, they know about the university and the entry requirement?
Okay, so generally speaking, so for each level, it's slightly different, and for each course, it's slightly different. So I'll give you the general idea of applying and entry requirements and so on. So When it comes to undergraduate students, we accept a vast number of qualifications. So we look at A levels, for example. If students done A levels, generally speaking, again the courses differ, but generally speaking, we look at 3 Bs at A level. Generally speaking, we accept BTEC, we accept the French bac, we accept CBSE, we accept. There are so many qualifications. I could go on for an hour listing the qualifications that we accept and the different kind of requirements on them. But regardless what background you're coming from, whichever background you're coming from, I'm sure we can look to accept the qualifications that you have. And if your qualifications fall slightly below our requirements, as I mentioned earlier, we do have a foundation route as well. So anyone who doesn't quite meet the requirements has the option of going through the foundation route with us. When it comes to postgraduate taught programs, so masters, generally speaking, again, we look for a minimum 2.2 or equivalent worldwide. So for example, a 2.2 equivalent in the UAE, so if a student has studied at University of Sharjah, for example, or University of Dubai, or wherever it might be, we would generally look for a GPA of 2.6 out of 4. That's the general kind of what we look for. And obviously it had to be in a related discipline somewhere, in a related area. But that's the general entry requirements. And then when it comes to English, for master's courses, we look for 6.5 overall, with 6 in each area. Engineering courses are slightly lower, so it's 6 overall with 5.5 in each area. And then at undergraduate level, again, they kind of mix. They differ between 6.5 and 6. We accept Duolingo up until January. We'll continue accepting Duolingo, and then after that, we won't. We accept TOEFL. We also have our own in-house exam, so we have a Brunel exam as well. So yeah, there are many in terms of entry requirements. Like I said, we do accept many different qualifications and backgrounds.
So if a student wants to come to Brunel for a specific course, what are the courses that you would recommend to a student? If I want to know what is Brunel University famous for, or what are the courses famous for in the university, what would you?
We are most known, so I'll give you what we're most known for, right? We are an engineering institution. So I don't know if you've heard of the name Brunel before, but Isambard Kingdom Brunel is one of the pioneers in engineering in the UK and around the world during the 18th century. So he's known worldwide. If you do a quick search on him online, he was actually voted the second most influential Briton of all time as well. This is a BBC poll done a few years ago. So we, named after Isambard Kingdom Brunel, we are an engineering institution. So he was an engineer. But yeah, so we are an engineering institution. We are most known for our engineering courses. Our highest ranked courses are in the field of engineering. However, as I mentioned, we do offer a wide range of programs. Our business courses, for example, are equally as competitive and sought after by our students. Computer science, the same. And then courses in the field of like social sciences, for example, the same. So we have very many courses that are very much sought after by our students.
In fact, another thing which is really unique about the university is that you offer integrated placement. Like you offer 1+1 year sandwich year for master courses as well.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of students who come to you for masters with a placement here.
Correct.
So that
yes,
is something very unique about the university.
Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, not many universities. I know many universities have this at undergraduate level. Again, like a fun fact about Brunel, we were the first institution to adopt the kind of work placement model, even at undergraduate level, so sandwich placements and whatnot. So we were the first institution to do this, and now we're at a point where it's offered on every single one of our programs. And then, yeah, so it's quite unique at postgraduate level to have a 1+1. So it'd be a 1 year study and then a 1 year work placement as well. So this is quite a unique opportunity that you wouldn't find, not to my knowledge, at any or not many other universities. So yeah.
Yeah. So if you can focus a little bit more on the intakes that the university takes, like what are the major intakes and
Yep. So our main intake is September. That's the biggest intake we have, basically. This is when I talk about I would talk Brunel specifically. So this is direct entry at Brunel. All of our courses start in September, every single one of them. Okay. In January, we have a select number of postgraduate courses that also start in January as well as September. Okay. So every course has an intake in September. And then at master's level, we have some courses like our LLM in law, our business administration, for example, our MBA, our business studies, our international business. These courses also start in January as well as September. So there's a second intake to them. Our PhD courses have 3 intakes. So they start in October, in January or in April. The foundation courses start throughout the year. So again, they have 3 intakes, if I'm not mistaken. They have May, September, and January. And then finally, our English courses, students can start pretty much any month of the year. It's very flexible. Students can start whenever they need to start, dependent on their English level.
That's amazing. So I think that is a lot of information that you've already shared. I'm not going to ask you any more questions because I want students to come and meet you in person and get their questions answered. So thank you so much for sharing this information with you. And students, please feel free to visit us on the 7th of July and meet Mr. Ghaith from the university in person. The address is mentioned on the screen, as well as our contact details and our email address is mentioned on the screen. Any questions you may have, please leave it in the comment section. Okay. So I think, so we have one student who is asking questions in reference to the scholarship.
Yeah, so in terms of the scholarships, I spoke about this very, very briefly earlier. So we do have generous scholarship offerings available. Some of our scholarships for September, for example, have closed now and they've been awarded already. However, we do, again, depending on when you want to start. So if your course starts in January, for example, or perhaps even next year, we will have scholarships available then. So just to give you a very brief overview, the scholarships that we offer across the board, this is at master's and undergraduate level, there are 3. Again, this is going to be very kind of just covering the topic very briefly, just the amounts. They're all based on academic merit, so they're all based on how good your grades are academically upon joining the university. The awards that we have are £6,000, £3,000, or £1,500. So they're the 3 offerings that we have. You can't take 2 together or 3 together. It's one if you're given one, and neither of them are guaranteed either. So you'd have to apply depending on how you kind of compare to other students. You'd then be awarded a scholarship accordingly. So yeah, in very kind of simple terms, there are 3 scholarships: 6,000, 3,000, 1,500. And if a student is awarded one of these scholarships, and for example, it's awarded per year of study. So if a student's doing an undergraduate course, for example, they'd get £6,000 off per year of study for 3 years. So they actually get £18,000 off. Similarly with the 3,000 and similarly with the 1,500 as well.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing this information. So I hope to see you next Thursday in our office.
Sure, for sure.
Thank you so much for joining in today, and I hope you have a lovely day ahead.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. Thanks for having me, Pooja.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So as you all heard, if you have any questions, you want to meet the university, please feel free to connect with us and meet the university. Let me tell you, it's one of the best universities that you can actually study in the United Kingdom when it comes to the scholarship part, when it comes to the education part. It is one of the few universities who offer placement year along with your master courses. So please feel free to connect with us and stay in touch. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, everyone.